Ah, fine. Said enough. Are we done? You know what happened. Robert burst in, the dead guy started a fire, Robert shot him. The statue man messed up at magic so bad that everyone died. Think that'll satisfy the chief, Leo? I mean, it all checks out. Can't think of a reason not to write this up and turn it in. Wait, hold on a second. I don't think our explanation actually holds up here, now that I think about it. That fire tripped the alarm at 2:35, 25 minutes after the gunshot. The fire really have started before the wizard got shot. Could just be that it took that long to get big enough to trip the smoke detector, but that'd be awfully convenient. And another thing. What about all that stuff I wasn't supposed to touch? What about all that stuff? Like the bathtub with the curtain over it, or the other pages of that book on the table. Just going to let those things be a mystery. Afraid we can't disturb the crime scene without probable cause to link the specifics to the crime. But how are they not linked? Never proved they were. Well, they related to some crime, right? The spellbook on that table is proof that they were illegally practicing magic. That is, in fact, a crime. Well... I'm afraid we don't have a warrant to investigate arcane misdemeanors. We only have a warrant to investigate the violent incident. Just go home. Weren't you the one complaining about having to bother with this in the first place? Do you just want to look at that spellbook so you can peek at its magic? Hey, shut up. Completely clean, got it? I'm gonna violate my parole in front of 2 cops. Anyway. It's not in a way that they can see. Why should we trust you? Why should you trust me to not to read spellbooks in front of... Wait a minute. Figure something out, Seeker? No, he didn't. It doesn't matter. I'm not allowed to turn page of that spellbook because we don't have a warrant, right? Absolutely. Don't you dare go and touch that thing. Wait a minute, Seeker, you... Just be clear, I'm not allowed to flip through spellbooks unless I have a good reason to think they're connected to this crime. Yes, you... Wait. Interesting. So when I went over to the bookshelf and went through those other spellbooks, I was breaking the rules, right? Yes, you were. Leo, arrest him. I don't think I'm about to do that, actually. You! It just seems pretty funny to me that you didn't have anything to say when I was checking out those books. You sure were quick to remind me of the rules, except when those rules meant we couldn't figure out our easy little explanation here. Wait, Seeker, are you accusing Opal of obstruction of justice? Something like that? Oh, that's impossible. It's none of your business anyway. Like maybe she knows something about this case that she doesn't want us to know. Leo, my man, you wouldn't have happened to arrive on the scene after our forensics expert, would you? That's... meaningless! It's meaningless. I didn't touch anything besides checking the bodies. Why would I want to do that? Because you're a jealous harpy who wants to see my career go up in flames. What was that? What'd you mutter just then? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I'm certainly not going to just believe Seeker's claims. He's a loose cannon. Uh-oh? Good. Hey, boss, what's the big idea? But he's making a serious accusation. I think it might be worth looking into. May not be authorized to open up new magic cases. Wait. I've got the authority to perform an internal investigation on subordinate personnel. Looks like a bunch of things in this room are all materially relevant to the investigation, or what have you. This is unfounded. Probably counts as harassment. I'm going to HR. If you like, have fun with that. Seeker, I've just got one question for you this time. Is there any proof that the story Dr. White wants us to believe can't possibly be true? You can investigate anything in this room in as much detail as you want now. Oh, damn. Alright, let's see what we have got under here. What? What am I looking at here? Huh? What's that gray stuff? It's, concrete. This bathtub's all stopped up with concrete. Really? No, it's actually fondue, and I'm messing with you for no reason. Fondue? What? No, I was being sarcastic. Was it obvious? I thought it would be obvious that you weren't messing with me for no reason. as if that was something you would never really do. Okay, that's fair. Seriously, it's just solid concrete in this thing. What the heck does that mean? I'd have some idea. Dried concrete. Pretty concrete piece of evidence. So now that we can touch this stuff, you wouldn't mind if I take a close look at this bad boy, right? The bottle's staying right where it is, kid. Aw, they're dead. Finders keepers, right? We'll put you into jail, Seeker. You steal that, and I will put you into jail. Alright, sheesh. Alright, I can finally dig into this sweet tome. For investigation purposes, and not for illegal knowledge purposes. Right, sure. Huh. What is it? Well, this book. Sort of a religious text for a demon cult. Oh, it's a spell book, then. What? No, dude, don't you know anything about magic? Don't I, the cop, do illegal things like knowing things about magic? Seriously, man, dealing with that stuff is your job. Calling in ex-cons like you to handle the magic side of things is part of that job. Blah, whatever. Anyway, the difference is, most magic's about trapping demons, and forcing them to give you powers. Worshipping demons is a totally different thing. These guys must have been total kooks. I could have told you that. How's that relevant? Well, stop magic and go magic are derived from a ring of elemental demons, which are known for being, more hierarchical, better organized. They've got more of a social structure than most of the slave-ring murder beasts down there. Good for them. Get to the point. The point is, this book tells demon worshippers how to, ask the elemental demons for stuff. Rituals for buying magic, instead of taking it by force. The ritual was supposed to be an animal sacrifice. You had to light 5 candles around a pentagram and sacrifice a live goat. What that ritual was supposed to be, a shortcut to leveling up in stop magic and go magic, from the first level to the second. Oh. Wait, what? Meaning, these guys weren't already level 2. That means... Yeah, I think we have the answer to your question right here. Well, it's obviously the goat. Something's been bothering me about this whole situation. Yeah? Pointless quibble, I'm sure. No, I'm dead serious. This place was a bloodbath, right? No survivors, gunshots, fire, magic. Yeah? Where are you taking this? Is it suspicious that every living thing in this room died, except for one? Oh, don't play innocent. You just watched everyone die and didn't do a thing about it? Sounds to me like you wanted this to happen. Seeker, that's nonsense. Even if this goat had motive, it had no means. What? It's been chained to this wall the entire time. Could have intervened. Nor did anyone have a reason to target it. Reason to target it, huh? Don't start getting ideas. This goat's presence is completely irrelevant. Is it, though? Both of you cut it out. Seeker, gets serious. Wida, don't feed the trolls. Don't feed the... Sheesh, alright, Dad. Alright, get down to business here. Let's recap real quick. What we thought happened was that the Go Wizard tried to cast Emergency Exit, and the Stop Wizard cast Flesh to Stone, right? A bunch of other stuff happened, but yeah. Right, but if they never finished that level up ritual, that means they're not level 2. Since those 2 spells were level 2 spells, that means they couldn't have really used them. Wait, what? That guy's definitely a statue. If it wasn't Flesh to Stone, a Flesh to Stone backfire, how did that happen? If the Go Wizard couldn't cast Emergency Exit, why would he set himself on fire? Yeah, hold it. How do you know they didn't complete the ritual? You're jumping to conclusions. Oh, right. I think there's more than enough evidence to show that, but we might as well nail that down.
Hypothesis updated.
How do we know? Yeah, the goat is actually the answer. We've got one piece of conclusive evidence right here. Huh? That's right, goat, it's you! Oh, not this again. Seeker, the goat isn't secretly a saboteur sent by wizard spies. No, it's not a secret police agent sent to interfere with demonic rituals. That's not what It's just a normal goat. Kind that eats tin cans and lives on a farm. Stop messing around. No, Leo, I'm serious. The description of the level of ritual requires sacrificing the goat. Since the goat's still alive and there's no sacrificed goat corpses lying around, since they never lit the ritual candles, come to think of it, they could have completed the ritual. They couldn't be level 2. And that means nothing. Means nothing. You could have already been level 2. Because that book had that spell in it. Who says they were casting it? This is all you can't prove. Maybe I can't prove nothing, Opal, but it's painting one heck of a picture. Get it? If I were you, I'd get ready to defend yourself to the Division Tribunal. Because convincing me you weren't up to anything, that ship sailed halfway across the globe. You can't do this. Do what? I ain't done a thing yet, Wida. Except, of course, for my job. You want to keep yours, I suggest you do it. Cooperate with the investigation. I'll continue cooperating with the investigation. You can't prove I've been doing anything else. Those eyes are terrifying. Not enough to do. It doesn't. Hey, boss, that would be cool if I chest a little and finish the job, yeah? Oh, right, back on task. Sumptuous, spoiled, smug piece of garbage. Talking about me, Wida? What? No, I was talking about... Man, I wasn't talking about anyone. You didn't hear anything. Right.
This is updated.
How did that statue get there? Why did he set himself on fire? There's no way this is what happened, is it? No way, what's what happened? I mean, why else would Opal hide it with a curtain, though? She had to think it would give the answer away. Hide what? Yes, hide what? I didn't hide anything. A bathtub full of concrete. You covered it with a curtain so he wouldn't know what was inside. That's preposterous. He was involved in some sort of trick. The perpetrator could have done it. Sure, right, the perpetrator who totally knew the ins and outs of ridiculous police bureaucracy and would plan around it. Plan around what? You're still not explaining. Sorry, boss. Let me clue you in. That statue? Not a statue. But it is the Stop Wizard. What? How's that? Easy. That bathtub. He filled it up with quick, dry concrete mix, took a dip, and then climbed out. Took that pose before it dried, and now it's hiding inside a concrete shell, holding very still, and hoping we don't call his bluff. That's the craziest of a long line of crazy explanations you've cooked up, Seeker. You should have known it was just another joke. No, I'm serious. Why else do you think Opal was so opposed to us checking underneath? It's a pretty wacky idea, but it's the only thing that fits the evidence. Good lord, you're serious. And you're right. We have to consider that possibility. Even though I still want to know why he'd do that. Want to crack him open and ask? Bet he's sweating in there. Worried we're gonna see through him. No. Huh? Seeker, a word. Thea brings you in close. If you're right, the perp might bolt. Let's wait until we've gathered more evidence first. What, you don't think you can arrest him? It's a toss-up. He casts that mass arrest momentum thing, he could slip out while we're stuck. So, you want me to take him on, my match against his? Negative. Aww. Still, I want you to confirm this. He's really in there. Need a hole somewhere to breathe through. Good thinking, I'll take a look. Hold it. If you find it, don't tell me. Instead, lie. After you check it out, say that it looks like a normal statue to you. Should make him think we've lost the scent. If it really is a normal statue, say the same thing, but turn around and give me a thumbs down. You won't see it. Got it. Look over the statue, searching for a breathing hole. Is that? Oh, dang. Dang? Looks like we were wrong. It's definitely just a normal statue. Nothing weird about it. And nothing. That's all I got to say on the matter. Alright then. Voice down from now on. Don't want him overhearing. Roger. One thing though. We just use the normal font size so the player can pretend we're being quiet. Huh? What do you want about? It'd be annoying to read this tiny font for the rest of the game, right? Sure, whatever. Got more important things to worry about. Payment team, in the building and stand by to apprehend a magic user. On my signal. N. Vivacium gargantuum non-diagenesis. Testing. Yep, that ought to do the trick.
Hypothesis updated.
Oh boy. We have some interesting questions to answer still. And not immediately obvious questions either. We're over halfway there, though. Welcome to part 2. Yeah, this guy's still a statue. Cultist manual for demon worshipping. It's open to a ritual for leveling up from level 1 to level 2. 5 candles on a pentagram, sacrificing a goat, nothing too fancy. Oh, you lift up the table and you lift the table up a little, making sure there's nothing trapped underneath. Now then. Can I help you? What do you have against Leo? It sounds like you and Leo have beef. You could say that. Like he said you were his wife's ex or something? You could certainly say that. Or you could say that he stole my girlfriend. Okay, geez, I'm out of my depth here, but, well... How'd you do that? Guess I'm just not really seeing it. Like Leo? Talking about the same guy here? That guy couldn't charm his way out of a paper bag. Well, obviously. I don't know what he did. He just started talking to her, and all of a sudden, she hated me. Just like that. So what, are we talking brainwashing magic? Because as hard as it is to believe he could smooth talk a lady, it's even harder to believe he could figure out how to work complex mind spells. I wouldn't put it past him. He's a buffoon, but he's also scummy. Scummy enough to hire black market help. Okay, that's even harder to believe. Leo's the biggest square I know. Actually, or I was just gonna say, or octagon, but same diff. You don't know him. Don't underestimate that man. Okay. Oops, 1 second. What's she like? Your girlfriend, his wife. What's she like? She's... Well, she's, you met her. She's the chief of police. Wait, that was her? Yeah, I remember her. She's the most beautiful woman in the world. Are we thinking of the same lady? The scars and the cigarette teeth? That's her, yes. No accounting for taste, I guess. But, like, what's she like? She didn't really say anything to me when she was signing off on my papers. You don't understand. She was mine. And we had a bond. Okay, I'm gonna step off here. Bye. Okay, I'm wise to your tricks. My tricks? Yeah, you... Tried to hide what was in that book. You didn't want us to know what was on the other pages of that book. What do you mean? Why would that matter? You didn't want us to know they were trying to reach level 2. You wanted us to think they were already there, so we'd get the wrong answer. Because, you wanted to make Leo look incompetent or whatever. I didn't touch that book. Did nothing but remind you of the rules. Even if your accusations are right, there's committed no crime. Technically. Technically? Yeah, I guess technically counts. Fair enough. Oh, she did. Move that curtain to cover up the bathtub. I moved the curtain. Yeah, we all saw it. It was spread just wide enough to cover the whole thing. You have no proof I did that. That could have easily been done by one of the wizards. I guess. Would the wizards know about the police rules? Probably wouldn't bother with that, since they didn't know we couldn't just move the drapes. Only you would think the curtain would hide anything from us. That's... You still can't prove that. Might have done their reading on police procedure. Uh-huh. There's no proof, okay? So, don't jump to conclusions. Fair enough. I don't honestly know. So... I'd say this. He wanted to make it look like he was level 2, right? This is a fake flesh to stone. He gives credibility to the idea that his buddy was trying to use emergency exit, even though he couldn't. Makes sense, but you're still not getting to exactly why they wanted to do that in the first place. What's the point of this trick? Well, if we assume he knew there was going to be a fire, maybe the idea was to make himself fireproof by coating himself in concrete. Since concrete doesn't burn, he'd be safe even if the fire got out of control. Oh, I can see that maybe, but it doesn't sound like a solid plan. Concrete shell would turn into an oven real quick. Maybe he wouldn't burn, but he'd bake. With those breathing holes in the beard, you have to worry about smoke inhalation. The idea was safety was a heck of a boneheaded move. Maybe he was a boneheaded guy. Maybe, let's make sure he didn't have a better reason first. Okay. Oh, police activity? Wonder why you do something like that. I think you just need to look outside. Outside? What's outside? On the police perimeter. You know, the one you established around the building when the crime was reported. Like, well, if he didn't fake his... I mean, if he didn't get frozen by flesh to stone, would have just arrested him on the spot. That gunshot earlier was loud enough to get your attention. He'd have known you were on your way. Good thing he's totally dead, or he'd be in handcuffs right now. I see. So we can wrap this up, we can all go home. Leave that statue sitting in this abandoned apartment. It'll be totally unguarded, but who cares, right? Everyone in this room is dead as a doornail. Yep, there's no reason to keep up a perimeter. Since you don't have any living suspects. Oh well.
Hypothesis updated.
Okay. That does make sense, hiding out. Why would he set himself on fire? Well, he's got shot, so... Maybe he set himself on fire to cauterize his wound? Ain't that a little drastic? What does is stop the bleeding. A shot like that to the vitals, you got worse than that to worry about. Plus, the fire never touched the wound. It seemed to start at the hem of his robes. Why would he start it there? Yeah. Trying to close a gunshot wound with fire. Is that really irrelevant? Or rather, try it. If he didn't set himself on fire. It's all those spellbooks lying around. Could have been he was trying to hide evidence of magic. What, by burning it all? Yeah, started a fire to burn the books and magic spell components and stuff. Got set aflame himself a little bit in the process, but that was just an accident. Probably explains why the reversing rune sticker sheets went too, into the fire. Maybe, but... Seems like the fire only got to part of the room. Right from that sticker sheet theory, it doesn't look like he actually got around to burning much. So he got shot, I guess. Oh no, it seems like he wouldn't go around trying to destroy evidence while Slick was still alive. Huh? But that... the order of deaths. Now I'm just confused. Could be both, kid. Can't go with that idea. But it's clear the plan didn't come close to working, though. There'll be something else to this. How did he set himself on fire? You know what I think? What? I think apple empanadas are delicious. You should really go for an apple empanada. Huh? I mean, yeah, sure, but we're working here. What if I told you I knew exactly why that wizard started the fire? Will that be... Would you treat me to breakfast at the food trucks after we finished here? Buy me an apple empanada or two? What if you tell me you know why the wizard started the fire? Exactamundo, boss. I think if you do that, I'll not add any more time to your parole, kid. You'll get a prize for doing what you're told. Empanadas do sound good, though. Is that it? Sure, what the heck. We'll get a bite after the job. Hit me. Well, Stigmat's body, you see? You notice how he's not alive? For fire-related reasons? Madness to get my notice, yeah. What about it? Well, that stuff we learned about sorta throws his cause of death into question. He was killed by the fire, right? There's no other murder weapons around, so we just assume that the wizard used the fire as a murder weapon. That's what he already assumed, right? We know that happened, but we thought it was for a different reason. Oh yeah, he originally thought that he died after setting the fire to escape, and the fire killed him. Killed Slick. But in this case, we're saying he intentionally started the fire to kill Slick when he was being threatened. None the wizard couldn't cast emergency exit though, so he wouldn't have started the fire for that. So why start the fire at all? It's gotta be because he intended to make sure Slick got burned. I don't know about that. Why use that to kill the guy? He was trapped by mass arrest momentum, right? Could have done it any number of ways. He wouldn't need an actual weapon if they had him frozen. There's all kinds of creative ways to kill someone who can't fight back. I guess you would know all about that, right? I investigate a lot of homicides, kid. Right, so we needed some reason to pick a fire to kill him. Something they needed to hide. I'm not getting any empanadas until you tell me what that is. Seriously? Get to it, kid. Burn up Slick. What was he hiding by doing that? His own petrification. Let's see first. Get a good indication of how far along we are. We're close. Quite close. Tried to fire to burn up Slick. What was he hiding by doing that? So, I know the wizards were trying to level up with that sacrificial ritual, but they didn't finish it. Instead of trying to flee the scene while we were on the lookout, one decided to fake his death and leave when the heat died down. Instead of casting flesh to stone, the top wizard mixed up some concrete in the tub and faked his own petrification. Since the go wizard couldn't cast emergency exit, he started a fire to burn up Slick. What was he hiding by doing that? Maybe the obvious answer is that the fire did exactly what it was supposed to do. What do you mean by that? It wasn't to set the Go Wizard on fire. That was an accident. The point of setting the hay on fire was to get rid of the hay. Makes sense, but what would the point of that be? It's hard to say. What sort of problem could having hay around cause for them? Maybe Slick was there to steal the hay. He set it on fire so that Slick wouldn't have anything to steal and he'd leave. Huh, that's gotta be it. Slick was known far and wide as the Hay Bale Bandit, so that makes lots of sense. Wait, seriously? No, your idea was dumb. It wasn't that dumb, it's just... Well, okay, I can't think of a reason they need to get rid of the hay. Keep poking around. Obviously, it's the goat. Maybe. The idea was to have the goat dispose of the corpse. Yeah, you're a real foodie, right? Too snobby to eat a human corpse that hasn't been prepared properly, right? Ah! Sure, but if it's been cooked golden brown, that's another ball game, isn't it? A likely story. Is this normal for him? I wouldn't say that. Seeker ain't got a normal. Okay. Realistically, he didn't set himself on fire. So all those spellbooks lying around could have been he was trying to hide evidence of magic. What by burning it all? Yeah, start a fire to burn the books and... Been through this. It's not that. Nothing magic related. The fire was close to the table. Maybe it was the table that was supposed to burn away. It had evidence of some kind of magic. Well, if it was, the plan didn't work. Looks like only a couple of legs really burned, though. Still see that empty magic circle. What if it wasn't empty? What if it had writing written in something that'd burn away really fast? Expect some scorch marks on the surface of the table, then. I don't know, there's flash powders that can burn away pretty quickly without leaving a trace. I've used them myself back when I was practicing. Easy cleanup. Ah, well then. Could have been it. Did you say those class-locked wizards couldn't do other magic? Well, no other spells. But there could have been some ritual for doing something other than getting spells. So if that's the case, we've hit a dead end. That stuff's gone. I think there's something else a little more obvious that burned up. Maybe the idea wasn't get rid of himself or obfuscate anything. But just get rid of those candles, burn them away. Except without a wick, without capillary action, wax doesn't burn and melts. Why do you want to get rid of the candles anyway? There's way more incriminating stuff lying around. Ah, fine. Burn up Slick. What was he hiding by doing that? Slick? Anything on Slick's body that a fire would hide? Hey, what's this? What's what? I moved this guy's coat over a little, and it looks like there's some kind of hole in him. A hole? I mean, it's tiny, and the flesh is all gross and charred all around it. So I'm not sure, but I think maybe Slick him up got shot. Well, let's not jump to conclusions. Keep that in mind. It'll be useful information. Looks like we have all the evidence we need right here. I think we can finish this now. Well, look at that little hole we found in Emmup's body. Yeah, what about it? I think that's the actual cause of death. The actual cause of death? I mean, it wasn't the fire. Why kill someone with a fire that burns down half your apartment? Like I said, there's loads better ways. Whatever killed him, they didn't want us to know what it was. He needed a fake cause of death, something that burned away and he spilled blood. Otherwise the wound, distract us so he wouldn't notice. But Opal noticed when she checked out the body. Made sure his coat was hiding it from us. Couldn't have us noticing something like that, right? You're making. These are baseless accusations. You can't prove. I mean, I didn't touch the body. Well, that's compelling, but I'm not done. The fire pulled double duty, right? It hit the real cause of death pretty well, but also played into their other trick. But the wizard used to char his own robes just so we think he could cast emergency exit. That thing where they wanted us to think they were level 2, remember? And of course, it happened sometime after the gunshot that killed him. It's all starting to add up. Got some more questions about that real cause of death, but I'm gonna put a pin in them for now. You have your empanadas, kid. Yes. Not to cast emergency exit, but to hide Slick's real cause of death, a bullet hole in the chest. Final stage. So we know there's a stop wizard in that statue. Which is why we've been whispering all of this. Though the font size is normal. Huh? Yeah, I know. My ears are font size? Talked about this. The tiny font for whispering would be annoying to read constantly, so I cast a spell too. Can't leave the fourth wall alone. No, that's not funny anymore, right? That kind of meta-nonsense has been played out for about a decade now. Has it? What do you think, player? I like it. Seriously, cut it out. We're on the verge of solving this case. No thanks to a certain forensic scientist. Maintain that you can't prove anything. And you haven't solved anything yet. It's all just guesswork. Except for how the statue has suspicious breathing holes in its beard, of course. Right, the stop wizard faked his death, and the go wizard started a fire to hide how Slick died. Question is, if Slick's got that bullet hole in him, there was only one gunshot. How come we've got 2 corpses with gunshot wounds? Well, do we? Maybe one's faking his death, just like the stop wizard. Possible. We ought to get some things straight first. So if I figure out exactly what happened with that gunshot, and figure that out, the rest should be easy. Sounds good. The question we're asking first is, I wanted to pull the trigger on that gun. Do you have any way to know who it was? Final deduction. Start. Oh yeah. Yeah, we cool? The jig's up on the scheme to help them with their scheme. This will get him next time. No hard feelings, right? There are, actually. You. That incompetent's only keeping his job thanks to dumb luck. Dumb luck and people like you covering for his mistakes. Ah. So hard feelings? I have a few. Well. Hard feelings about what? You didn't do anything, right? You totally denied that you tampered with the crime scene, so... you really don't have any basis to be mad at me, am I wrong? Yes, absolutely. You did nothing wrong. See? Everything's... unbelatedly, you are dead meat. Whoa, chill, Wider. Damn. Go ahead and have those then. Okay, well that's fair. Hard feelings ahoy. Just FYI, I don't super care because I'm cool and tough and I'm not afraid of you. Is that so? Yeah, dog. I fooled you evil scheme. It was great. The end. Not sorry for anything. Sorry I didn't do it earlier. We're cool, right? We're cool. I'm deciding we're cool. Good plan. So, is there anything else you want to tell us? What do you mean? Like, since we pretty much busted your plan wide open. You want to maybe fill us in on the details and save us all some time? I don't know what you're talking about. I maintain that I did nothing to impede the investigation. But really though? Seriously? Of course. You're really gonna pretend you didn't do anything? Even though it's totally obvious you tampered with the crime scene. You've got a worrying lack of proof for something it's supposed to be so obvious. And we've got loads of evidence. Circumstantial. Sheesh. Better have a really good lawyer, Wida. Or whatever they have instead of lawyers for internal misconduct allegations. Agents? Union representatives? Police unions are still a thing, right? Police unions are the biggest barrier to overcoming corruption in the police force, after all. So you can help us now. Since you haven't done anything wrong, how about lending a hand? You could helpfully point out some stuff we just happened to miss, right? I'm fulfilling my professional obligations just by being here. That's why police unions are always portrayed as the good guys in the cop shows, and the internal affairs are always portrayed as the bad guys. Getting on them for being overly aggressive with the suspects, and we should be allowed to use violence. Because it gets the job done, going over and above the Call of Duty. Bastards. Come on, don't be like that. I mean, it's not over yet. Still have the time to fool us. Make us solve it wrong. You, what? Just do what I do. Come with a bunch of ridiculous theories about what happened. Pester Leah with him until he gets sick of explaining why you're wrong and runs with one. You, wait, you? No, I think I'd rather keep my dignity. Pfft, dignity. What dignity ever do for me? Oh, okay. We already did that. Alright. Let us focus on...
Officers updated.
Nobody to know who fired the gun. It's like firing a gun. Yeah, man. It's only been staring us in the face for the past however long. Staring us in the face. That hologram man. It's a living memory spell. Image of something the caster remembers. The stop wizard got treated as seeing someone fire a gun who didn't. Got as good as photographic evidence that Slickermuff fired a gun at the Go Wizard. Only as accurate as his memories, though. Look at that statue and his buddy over there. We're looking at someone who's getting on in years. Sure it's not just some sort of weaponized senility here? I guess that's possible. Kind of falls under him being tricked, though. But it's simpler to assume it just worked the way it says it works. It just You know, I work in theory that the wizards covered up the real cause of death, a bullet wound. You're so sure Slick fired the gun, then how in Sam Hill did he die from it? Oh, don't worry about that. I think I've got that one figured out. Yeah? There's one piece of evidence that'll turn things around.
Access updated.
And that's when we break in... Reversing Rune. Okay, I think I finally get how this one figures into things. How does a bullet get fired, but suddenly turn around and end up in the one who fired it? Reversing Rune. What? That magic sticker thing? Yeah. Take one of those stickers, slap it on the bullet, and bang! Return to sender. Explains how the only gun in the room managed to kill the guy holding it, right? Slick's real cause of death was a gunshot, right, Opal? Yes. Burns aren't nearly severe enough to kill. Not quickly, anyways. Right, I'm gonna assume you just figured that out right now, and you didn't know all that all along. Keep it secret. Because I'm completely innocent of all of the charges against me. Right. Oh, killed by his own bullet. Reversing Rune. How about that? Well, there's 3 problems with that. Well, lay 'em on me. We can figure it out. First off, we didn't find any sticker sheet lying around. We even have access to that. We didn't find it, but it'd be a piece of paper. Would have flushed it down the toilet, left it in the concrete bath. More likely, he just burned it. That'd be another reason to set a fire, right? To hide that evidence. Makes sense. Second, though, how the heck do you imagine they put a sticker on a moving bullet? Moving bullet, huh? And third, Go Wizards clearly got a hole in him. Bullet killed Slick and not him. But what happened there? Okay, we got more questions. So it wasn't the bullet. Actually, I think I might have a few ideas about that one. For real? Alright then. Think you can explain that? Then let's make it happen.
Access updated.
Alright. How's it possible? Mass arrest momentum? Actually, I think the answer to that question answers another question, too. Huh? What question? Not one we asked, but you could see the bullet in the living memory, right? Yeah? The stop wizard saw the guy shoot. What are you getting at? Well, you ever see a gunshot, Leo? Like, you ever actually see the bullet? It's normally too fast to see, right? The memory shows a bullet hanging right there in that exact spot. Got a good look at it. Where are you going with this? I'm thinking that this isn't a snapshot of the moment the bullet was fired. I think that when Slick fired the gun, Stop Wizard was casting a different spell. Different spell, like mass arrest momentum. The spell freezes everything in view, which probably included his friend over there. He had Slick, a bullet, and the Go Wizard all frozen in place. He needed to do something before it wore off. He couldn't get his buddy out of the way, so instead he took one of the Go Wizard stickers and held it in front of the bullet. Then once he dispelled the freeze, bang! The bullet started moving again and hit the sticker. That's... Wait. Wouldn't it rebound and hit the gun, not Slick? I don't know a lot about ballistics, but I do know recoil is the thing. I actually kind of see it in the hologram. His arms already started moving off center. Line it up. It looks like if you flip the bullet around, it'd go straight for where we saw the wound. So it would. You'll be impressed, kid. Get out of the way. Let's just wrap up the rest of this.
Access updated.
Alright. What happened to the Go Wizard? One last time, the goat did it. Really bad goat allergies. What kind of allergies put a bleeding hole in your chest? Really bad goat allergies. You know what I think? I think the Go Wizard here is just like the Stop Wizard. What? Not really dead. He ain't breathing, there's a hole in his chest, there's blood everywhere. Really want to try and explain all of that without saying he's dead. You know what? I think I do want to do that, Leo. This ought to be good. Like, let's start with the hole. It's unnaturally round and tidy, right? Not typical for a bullet hole. Sure, but the bleeding and the no breathing are real typical. Yeah, I'll get to that. But, you know, portable hole makes temporary, non-destructive holes and stuff. Spell lists the maximum radius, but doesn't say anything about a minimum radius. He cast it on himself to create the appearance of a bullet hole without actually getting hurt. I see. Well, that's great, but without actually getting hurt. Clearly ain't what happened here. Unless you want to explain how he faked the bleeding and lack of pulse, too. Don't think that's too hard to figure out, actually. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Access updated.
Oh boy! Virgin's blood? Look at this fake death idea is on the money now. Huh? Don't tell me you got another harebrained explanation up your sleeve. First thing made sense, but... No, seriously, I've got it. Like, you see that blood all over the place. Just say it's his blood. You got a half-empty bottle of the stuff sitting right there, don't they? Well, half-empty? The extra virgin's blood. Or half-full. Depends on your perspective. But yeah, that puddle of blood is store-bought, not homemade. That... Huh. Well, you can explain away the blood in the hole, but... I mean, the guy ain't breathing. He's not breathing, you can't call his death fate. Or can I? Huh? Come on, we're dealing with magic here. You really think it's that implausible? I don't like it, but sure, maybe. Not gonna accept it unless you can tell me how, though.
This is updated.
Prefake no pulse. Could it be? Seriously, man, it's not that hard. What isn't? Do you think that this all ties together? Yeah, man, like, blood was easy. There's a spell that handled the fake hole. There's one more spell we've already looked at before, one that fits the gap perfectly. That mass arrest momentum spell prevents all movement, including heartbeats. Targets in a kind of stasis like this can look super dead without actually being dead. Huh. You really did it. Not that your whole theory isn't entirely bonkers, but you've got one. Bonkers? Pay attention, Leo. It fits the evidence. Well, I'll be darned. You're not wrong. You know what? We can verify this one. Let's just wrap up the rest of this, then we'll see about closing the case.
This is updated.
Final deduction? Stop Wizard used one of the Go Wizard's reversing rune stickers to send Slick's bullet right back at him. Forgot to swing. You can do that since the Stop Wizard cast mass arrest momentum as the gun fired. Using a portable hole and a bottle of blood, they faked the Go Wizard's wound and hit his pulse by casting mass arrest momentum. So, that's everything, right? You can speak freely now. Right. So, to perfectum timinium non-diegesis. Heck was that? Making the font size for whispering normal again. So we're not whispering everything. See, now the font is tiny when I whisper. God, we're still doing that bit. Look, ignoring that. We think those wizards elaborately fake their deaths so we leave. Reversing rune, mass arrest momentum, portable hole, memory. Those were what they could actually use. Find that with the bottled blood, quick dry concrete, and a convenient fire to hide and destroy evidence. Set up this whole scene to make us think everyone was dead and our job was done. Seems like a merciful plan. A lot of weird stuff around that gave it away, huh? We only had, 20 minutes after the gunshot to come up with something, right? And it doesn't look like they were very smart. Still, assuming you're right, we almost got fooled. They couldn't have counted on it, but they had some outside help with their plan. Huh? First person on the scene figured out their trick pretty quick, I bet. They wanted to discredit the real investigation, so they helped cover up the dead giveaways. Once the cops looked around and found nothing, they'd claim to have solved it themselves and get one up on the detective. Is that right, Dr. Wida? I don't know what you're talking about. Do you really think that someone would need to set something up to make Leo look bad? He's an incompetent. All you need to do to make him look bad is let him open his mouth. Hey, Opal, why don't you tell us how you really feel? Ah, let's not. No, you know what? You want the truth? This buffoon doesn't deserve his position. It's nepotism. The chief's husband, he stole her from me. This idiot. Is that what this is about? I almost thought you had a more professional reason for hating on me. Of course that's what this is about! You stole what I deserved! Yeah, this is going to HR. No, it's between you and me, Femi. Blaney. Really ain't, Ryder. Between me and Patty. She wouldn't be listening to this. It's her decision to get away from someone who is making her miserable. Liar! She loved me! And you flushed all that love down the toilet because you felt threatened by her accomplishments. When she bang the contest, when she got promoted to chief, I didn't try to tell her she hadn't earned it. Oh, wow. Guys, do we really need all this third act drama here? Kinda coming out of nowhere, we just... quiet, wizard. It doesn't concern you. You're right, Wider. It doesn't concern him. Let's not waste his time. You can see how Patty feels about keeping you on the force after this later. Right now, Seeker. Yeah? If you're right, then Statue Man's probably real nervous when we figured him out. There's a team outside waiting to grab him if he runs, but he's got that mass arrest momentum spell, right? And he freezes anyone who tries to stop him. We need a plan of action here. Uh-oh. And fast. Got some kind of dispel magic spell? Dude, that's not how magic works. Every spell's different, so countering them is always a custom job. Well, great. You want those empanadas? You do that custom job. Leave it to me, boss. Oh boy. Resume! Yeah! Well, B, you were actually on the money, kid. Of course I was right. All I ever say is completely correct ideas. That ain't even slightly true, but I'll let it slide. Silence! You small-minded fools. You have done best to leave us be. Indeed. Confounded persistence will be your doom. Sorry, fellas, but Leo just gave me free reign, so... Oh boy. Astral Contingency Supreme. Whippersnapper. Mass arrest. Whoa, wow. Momentum. There, let's go. Hold it, Clarence, he's not. Ultimate Dominion. Oh, wow. Gah! Let's retreat, Clarence. Portable hole. Oh, consign it, Julius. Some warning. Aye, how'd you get in my house? Well, ma'am, I apologize. Oh. Burglar! Burglar, there's a burglar in my house. Clarence, I'm coming. You think so, huh? I'll just... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Speed Ultimate Dominion. Hold your horses. Oh, no. What is going on here? Ha! And now the emissary of Accelerizabub makes his exit. Portable. Oh my god! Constitution save and throw, punk. Man, I'm sorry, Oh. Magical hostile 1 level down, went through the floor, close proximity to civilian, go! Seeker, you okay? You wanna get the number of that meteorite? Get up, kid, we got him. Oh, nice, I saved the day. Well, not quite. Tasered one of them, and a lady with a frying pan downstairs got the other. In fact, your little fireworks show accomplished absolutely nothing. Seriously? I guess it bought me enough time to break out of that freeze. So you know what? Yeah, sure. You did good. Yeah, of course I did. I'm Star Seeker. Can't give you an inch, can I? Can I say I'm... Hold on. Uh-huh. Yeah. Right, I'll be right there. Be right back. Boy downstairs named me for something. So, you and me, huh? Anything you want to say? Why did you help him? Okay? Thany, why did you take his side? Why did I do my job? Wouldn't put it like that. You're only being forced to do this because of him, right? He's the one who caught you and put an end to your magical mayhem. Yeah, he got me good. So don't you hate him? Not really. He's the one who kept me out of jail, too. So you could be his personal lackey, sure. I think it was out of the goodness of his heart. Yeah, I guess not, but it was sort of a win-win. You didn't want any revenge on him. He's pretty chill for a cop, honestly. Oh no, not feeling it. You don't know what he's like. If you knew the real, you don't know. Man, I don't know if I can trust you to be objective about that. We going to see eye to eye, yet you better watch your back, Seeker. You're dead. Dead meat if you get in my way. Is that so? Well, not if you get in his way first. How? Say it again. Watch yourself, wizard. Wida. The crew downstairs needs you to check out the broken window. Fine. Yeah. Yeesh, she's in a mood, huh? Yeah, I guess. So, ready for those empanadas? Oh, right. Yeah, man. Just, go ahead. I'll catch up with you. Gotta catch my breath. Yeah, you took one heck of a bump on the head there. I'll be waiting. Oh, by the way. Yeah? I just thought you'd like to know. Lightning Bolt Mine makes your hair frizz up a scotch when you use it. Yeah! You... Not that I know firsthand or anything. Just picked up that tidbit somewhere. You! Just thought I'd share a fun fact. I'm sure it ain't relevant at all. What? You... Come on, Seeker. Go get those empanadas. You earned them. Fair and square. Yeah, I'll just be right with you. Well... He really is chill if he knew all along and didn't say a word. And... Perfect. They're back, Seeker. And... Fine. Where's the goat? Hmm? Don't forget the goat! Ah. And that's it. Star Seeker in The Secret of the Sorcerous Standoff. That was really fun! Benedict Idol. Hell yeah, all the stuff that other people didn't do, yep. Programming twice. Environment art by Tianyi Lu. Evidence art, Cal Templeton. And the GOAT. Soundtrack composer, Max Knightley. Really charming soundtrack, too. Script consultant, Malky Top. QA team. Let's see, that had a really unique charm to it. I really enjoyed that. Oh, I could have remapped that to Z. Didn't even think about it. Alright. So yeah. This has been Star Seeker in The Secret of the Sorcerous Standoff. I really like that detective format setup of... I was gonna say, as a guy who plays a lot of Phoenix Wright games on this channel, it's got that sort of, the testimony aspect, or the, confrontation aspect of, like, the Ace Attorney investigation stuff, except... I'm not even gonna compare it to that. Kinda got that vein where one particular train of thought poses a bunch of questions. You investigate the scene and slot answers into those questions. Once everything's fully updated, then the case progresses. I really like that setup. I feel like I've seen something similar before, but I can't place it where. But... God, that was really charming. Even this case, with pulling out the fourth wall breaking stuff, it works when it's really got a lot of charm to the writing. That's when the casual fourth wall breaking stuff works, when it fits doesn't detract from the flow too much. And it's charming. And this was a really charming game, in a really charming world, I think. And to be perfectly honest, I'd love to see more episodes of Star Seeker. I'd love to see more from this world, from this character. Hell, even this format. It's a tiny little case that was still complex enough that it developed in an interesting manner, up to the point where everything made sense in the end. So yeah, I will definitely be keeping my eyes out to see if there's more to come from Star Seeker. On that note, I hope you enjoyed. So until next time, until then.